So in this video we're going to talk about how to make a graph using Excel instead of doing it by hand. So we're going to start with, let's say here's a big table with all sorts of information, and let's make a graph where we put density on the y-axis and atomic number on the x-axis. So I'm going to start by highlighting that information, and I'm going to copy it. Okay, you can go up to File, Copy, or Command C is your shortcut. I'm going to go over to Excel and I'm going to go ahead and paste that information. So this first number was the atomic number, and this second thing was the density. So it's important that when you make a graph that the first thing you enter is what you want on the x-axis, and the second thing is what you want to be on the y-axis. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just go ahead and copy this data now. Okay, so I'll highlight it, and again Command C to copy, and then I'm going to go up for chart. Okay, and I have a number of charts I can make. I'm almost always going to make a scatter chart, so I click on that and I can make a marked scatter or a smooth mark scatter. So let's see, a marked scatter looks like that, which looks kind of like points everywhere. So I might be better off if I put a smooth mark scatter, so I can at least see the trend that's happening here, which might not mean anything to you right now, but eventually we'll talk about this data and what the trends are there. This little box here is pretty useless, so I'm going to get rid of it. So I have a graph. All I have left to do now is to go ahead and label it. So I go to Chart Layout, Chart Title. Okay, title above chart works well. And I'm going to say title of some sort. So do some sort of title that is applicable to what you're talking about. Okay? And then axis titles, the horizontal or X, title below the axis. This was the atomic number. So I'm going to type in atomic number. Now atomic number has no units, so I don't need to do anything else there. Okay? The vertical axis, I'm going to rotate it because it looks cool. And that is the density, which has units, and it was grams per milliliter. So you always label it, and then in parentheses you put the units if there are any. So my graph is done. I can either go ahead and print it from here, or I just click on it and I copy it, and I can paste it, say, into a new Word document. Right? I could just go ahead and paste it into a lab report that I might be working on. Okay? Let's make a second graph, just because I have another graph in mind. So let's say now we have some graph that came from a lab that was done. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight it and copy it. I'm going to go back to Excel and I'm going to paste it. Okay, and this is the mass of copper and the volume of copper. So again, I'm going to go ahead and highlight it. I'm going to go up to Chart, Scatter, Mark Scatter. And in this case, I have data that looks like it's a linear. It's nice, a linear relationship. So again, I'm going to get rid of that thing. So I'm going to want to put a best fit line on it and find the equation of that line. So if you click on any one of these dots, and then you do a right click, which on a Mac is Control click. Okay, so Control click, and you'll get this thing. And you're looking for the spot that says Add Trend Line. So you click on that, and then you get these boxes over here, these choices. You want to pick Options, and then Display Equation on Chart. So it's going to put the best fit line on my chart. And I say OK, and there it is. Okay, now I have my equation of my line. Y is 2.04x. So I've got my slope and my y-intercept. And again, now all I need to do is go to Chart Layout, Chart Title. Okay, so the mass versus the volume, it's probably a density of something, we don't know what. Okay, the axis, horizontal. Okay, remember the x was your mass of copper. So mass is in grams. And your y-axis, we'll go ahead and rotate it, is your volume, which I don't know if it said, but was in milliliters. And again, now you're all done. You've got your graph. You can go ahead and print it from here, or copy it and paste it into a Word document like a lab report. So that's how to use Excel to make a graph, and you're going to do that a lot, so get used to it.